Well, skinny dip in the springs, bro. So
Yeah, so let's go
no,
back.
so no.
Sorry
So we were
for
saying,
stopping.
what I do
Yeah,
is
I think the last thing we was talking was that it was talking the way you talk.
the
You was giving
custom.
the
Yeah, yeah,
yeah the prompts
the custom. The custom projects.
mhm.
So in one, it may be called spaces, like Perplexity. ChatGPT is called projects. Like they have custom GPTs, but that's a little more technical, different thing. So like with this, I don't have to tell it about my business. I don't have to tell it about my customers. It already knows. Like it already knows what to do. So like let's say, okay, I want to put on a in-person workshop on a Saturday night for local business owners that do ChatGPT and are struggling. Give me a rundown on prices and options. So even if I just have an idea, so I don't have to tell it, all this extra stuff about anything, essentially, because it knows everything about me. So when it comes to like the planning and the research, like you did initially, then it's going to have, when you set one of these up, it's going to have all that extra context. So when you have just a question in the future, you're like, hey, there's this thing coming up at the Chamber of Commerce. I was wondering, what should I put on I want to pass out a flyer or a trifold. What should I put on it?
Hmm.
So you shouldn't have to guess about that stuff, right?
And then like you said, you make a new project, and then whenever you just made a project, like you say, your AI brain. Whenever you want to just go back to that subject, to just come back here, and then you don't need to come back from the beginning all the time. You just know the steps is all there. Just
Yeah, brother. So I'll show you a better example. So to make that AI brain, so that document, so this,
you have one for AI brain.
to make this document, right? All this information in here, I made this custom project in ChatGPT with all the information about the project. So it knows what I'm writing about. So when I was writing the guide, I used a custom GPT
Yes.
or a custom project. Sorry, I'm getting the words all jumbled. So I used the custom project in ChatGPT about the project I was working on. So it had context about just that project. So it helped me work on it and write it. So it didn't write it for me, but it wrote it for me. Does that make sense? Right. So I wrote it and then I made a project to help me make it better. So once I made the initial version, I said, okay, I made this video on YouTube. It got 500 views, is getting good comments. I want to make a guide to go along with it. Well, here's the transcript from the video. What are your thoughts on the guide? So it gives me that. I go, okay, that part I like, reword this, reword that. Then let me add that into this project so it knows what's going on. So here's, and you can see in here, like for the AI brain clone kit, here's the customer persona info. So I told the AI, same thing. I said, okay, who is the person that would actually want this kit? And give me a profile of him. That's the customer persona. And so I gave the project this psychological profile of this person. That way, everything it gives me is already reverse engineered for the way the person thinks. So it cuts down on me having to wonder, like, is this like good or bad marketing? You know what I'm saying? Because everything is already reverse engineered based off of what their thoughts are.
Is this version the free version, or you pay for this? Is the paid version for ChatGPT to have all that skills?
So I put that right in the beginning. Check this out, I think, because I always forget. In this kit, I use ChatGPT projects, now available to free users, but the number of files you can upload depends on your plan,
Yes.
right? So let me see if I can find this so I can show you. So offer details right here. So within this custom project, since I wanted to understand who it's making content for, one of the files I give it is this. And it says, okay, demographics, age, late 20s to mid 40s, skews male, comfortable adopting new digital tools, middle class earnings. It goes through location, what they're sick of. They're sick of generic content, time consuming edits, inconsistent brand voice, lack of personalization. Their dreams, right? They want massive time savings, right? They want an authentic AI clone of them, right? That people can't tell if is real, right? They want better engagement on their stuff. What's the trigger moment? What do they actually need? What do they think they need? The common enemy, their deepest fears. They don't want to sound inauthentic. They don't want to waste time. They don't want to miss out. They don't want to ruin their brand. So, and then this is actual language that it pulled, right? Um, and so this is just one of the documents that is fed into that custom project. So when you look at like the carpentry, right? And you go, okay, well, I don't have to make one that knows everything. I can make ones that are compartmentalized. But if I had a main one, I would say, okay, here's my customer persona, and you got the prompt to do that research, put that on a document, and then everything it's doing, like it already knows how that person thinks. So it's not going to be like give selling points that no one cares about. So like I'll give you an example. So like you have the kind of general like how many years you've been in business and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it doesn't really matter how many years you've been in business if you're doing some specialty thing that nobody else is getting right. Because maybe you're the guy that figured it out, or you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So having the AI already know, okay, here's what people really care about. Help me get more of this business. Help me write, a video, or help me write a post. Help me figure out a marketing plan. So all the like the foundation in the beginning, all the prep work is doing the research, getting the person laid out, getting those just on documents. The documents have to be perfect. But then going, okay, my offer, like even for this, I have an offer document, right? Um, so I think fine, offer. So I tell it offer details. So I tell it, okay, the offer is the front end is X amount of dollars, and then there's 7,500 like done with you, and then there's a 9,500 done for you. And here's how the different offer details work. Here's how much time they get with me. Here's how many calls they get with me. So now I give this to the AI too, and the AI knows, okay, it knows about my customer, it knows my offer details, right? And it knows all these different things about me. And then when I give it, so I take the reels. Okay, so even if a reel or a video I posted didn't get a bunch of likes or get me any business or whatever, if it was me actually talking, then I can take that audio, and there's tools that transcribe the text, right? And get the text, and I can give that to the AI and say, this is me talking, right? Like I talk. So you can use all this stuff together, right? But just getting this all set up on the front end, right? It doesn't go anywhere unless we pick like, okay, I want to sell this. Like this is my offer. This is what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you go, okay, I want to get everything. I want to be like, like even for marketing, it's hard to go, okay, well, I've helped 100 different types of businesses, right? But that's not easy to be like, it's not easy to explain versus like, oh, like I specialize in like carpentry businesses. I know exactly, or construction. And so the more that you can pick and define and go, okay, I want to do residential. I want to replace all the molding in residential homes. I want to do the very, very, like I want people to see like photos of my work, or I want people to see this work and be like, babe, we got to get that in the house. Like we got to get that, babe. Or like with cabinets or whatever, like, babe, these are the people. You know what I'm saying? You want to make it to where the story is easy for uh, someone to tell about you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, very, very specific. It's very open-minded, this, right?
Yeah.
Because every time, sometimes I get some questions on
Yeah.
on ChatGPT and I don't get the answer that I would like to have. I get like a generic something because I don't know. I'm not asking the right way, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, it just doesn't have context,
Mm-hmm.
right? So even if you took like, so that
That's
threat,
why you have the step by step, like start here and then you take this from here, put it here, and then take this, put it here. So you go deep in what you actually want.
yeah, so that like that nugget out of there. So sometimes even, bro, I'll have the whole conversation with the AI. Like I'll ask the question in the beginning, right? And I'll have the conversation with it for 15, 20 minutes, and it'll be very, very helpful. And then I'll say, okay, now give me this. And I'll take the thing that it gave me and I'll go back to like the second question. And there's like an edit button. And I'll edit that question and I'll say, hey, I was thinking of this. This was my first idea, but I feel like we can do better. And then so that's from the AI for 20 minutes. That was like us working together and coming up with a very good version. So I go back to the beginning and say, so when I gave it a bad version, say, hey, this is my idea of a business idea, right? And then it helps me work out. We get all that good answer. Then I go back to the beginning and go, hey, this is my idea. And I just edit and then drop in what it gave me. And I go, okay, like rate this on a scale of 1 to 100 and tell me why you rated it that way. Like simple stuff, like not like um, do AI stuff. Like no, tell me like 1 to 100, right? And then like I don't know, bro. Sometimes um, you might tell it like one thing used to work is you tell it like if you give me like a really good answer, I'll tip you, right? Like but when you're working with it and it's getting stuck and it's not giving you what you want and it starts out good, sometimes it's just better to start over. But sometimes you tell it like you tell it literally, this is painful for me as a user. Like I feel like you're giving me junk and garbage and just keeping it safe. Like mine, bro, I'll show you. Mine said yes.
Literally saying that.
Mine said fuck to me yesterday. Look, I'll show you. Hold on. Yeah, I was like, you gave me garbage and trash, and it was like, fuck, I'm sorry. You called me out on it. I can't. I'll have to find it in here, but because I talked to it that way, like I'll tell it like, dude, like you're really screwing me over with this shit, or whatever. Like
And they changed it the way it was talking to you, like,
so
and the
like
result was better.
here, check this out. So look, I,
Stop fucking selling.
so I put stop fucking selling, talk like teaching in one of the old Disney films. Now then, imagine you're trying to invite someone on a grand little picnic in the woods. So I was trying to make a video like one of those old Disney cartoons you'd see, like
Mm-hmm.
when you were a kid. There was like a documentary where the guy's like walking and stuff happens to him, or but I had the idea for it, and so it kept wanting to sell, and so I said, "Stop fucking selling. Talk like teaching in an old Disney film," and then it does, right? So it's not always like I mean, I'm not saying it's always best to like.
This was not ChatGPT.
No, this was ChatGPT, but they are pretty much all like that. And I'll tell you why I do that is like people talk in a certain honest way, right? So like I tell this, please look at what you made like a world-class UI designer and tell me that's not slop. So it looks at it and says, you're right to call me out. Let me give you real feedback, right? So it says, you're right to call me out, right? So it redesigned this thing for me. So I tell it all the time, like, hey, what you gave me is like, you're wasting my time. Like, I can't believe you're giving me something that you're making me pay for that shit. And it will, that, like, just talking to it, like, with that honest tone, once it, so check this out. So I said to it, bro, why would you say it's e-commerce with DM first motion? That's exactly the scenario where they could use a purchase link or direct link to site for retargeting, etc. You totally missed it, man. Here it is. You're absolutely right. I fucked that up.
He said like that.
Yeah, that's what the AI said. You're absolutely right. I fucked that up. E-commerce should be a prime example of when to not use DM first. They should link directly to product cart, especially on retargeting. Let me fix the entire framing, right? So
Then he changed it.
yeah, it made me this look. It made me this beautiful flow chart because it understood, right? So a lot of people's AI is not telling them, "Fuck, you're right. I fucked that up." But isn't that what you wanted to do? Like, isn't that?
Yes.
I mean, like, and excuse the language or whatever, but isn't that like what your best employees and people closest to you do? They go, "Bro, I fucked that up. I'm sorry. Like, I
Yes.
fucked that up." So you want the AI to be able to be like, the AI is not feeling that emotion, but you want it to
It's
be,
not taking personal.
you want it to be thinking like that type of person,
Yes.
right? To where it's like, oh no, I fucked that up. Like, let me be on. Like, you want, because what it does is if you think of everything that's ever been recorded. So imagine everybody's chats and texts. It's all in the AI, not just books. So the type of mindset that the AI gets when it's trying to emulate a person that's like, I fucked that up. Let me give you the best work. You're right. I didn't think of that. Then going forward in the conversations and in like the custom projects or with the memory, it knows like, Mike doesn't like that or whatever, right? And it knows like if I get a good idea, I go, well, would that mean this? It'll tell me, it'll be like, fuck yeah, that's a Ferrari money idea. And you're like, okay, I can get that. Like, I get that idea. Like, Ferrari money, that's like $2,500 a month. Because what's the payment on the Ferrari if you had a, you know, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So it's like it understands even how to tell me analogies, right? So even if you don't use the AI to like post for you or like make a avatar of yourself, if when you're working with it, if you just need to like even go, hey, I have this question, like I'll give it client stuff. Like I'll say, okay, here's this conversation with this client. I don't know how to resolve the situation, right? How can I respond without like losing my temper or saying something smart? You know, you get into a thing with like there's some part of you that has to like tell them off a little bit. I use the same thing. I use the AI since it understands my business and everything. I go, hey, how can I say this without like trying to put them? How can I say this truly neutral, right? And that's where like for me is a real valuable bridge because like I'm a solopreneur, right? I've been doing this alone like 15 years. Like there's sometimes you just need like, hey, give me some feedback for that. And even that, bro, just to be able to like be an independent entrepreneur and like when you don't work in an office or whatever, like when people don't work in blue collar job, they miss out on all the camaraderie and fun. But when people work in an office, they can walk next door and go, hey man, Bill, I know you've been doing this. Can you show me how to do this, man? Yeah, I got you, brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, so to have even the AI to fill in and go, okay, well, I don't need to hire like a mentor or a board. I just need kind of to know, like, I just need this thing to calm me down, right? So even that, bro, think about that. That could save you money, or make you
Yes.
money, or let you get off work at 5 o'clock instead of stressing about it, or going like, it's not an attorney, but going, hey, this agreement, some things don't make sense to me. Can you explain to me in plain language so I can ask the customer about this? And you go, hey, you guys wanted us to sign this. I have a question here. It says this and this. Um, is that, can you explain it to me? And even that can be enough for them to go, blah, blah, blah. So it doesn't have to be like the final solution to everything, but if you give it like the context, right? You see how it can help you with all these, bro. Worst, I would say worst thing I ever did. It was a $20,000 deal, right? And I really wanted this deal, and so I had all these conversations, and I said, okay, I said, reverse engineer the perfect proposal language based off of what my these two clients I'm pitching, the owners, they said this and this and this from the conversation. I want you to reverse engineer the perfect proposal that they would buy based off of that. Not what I wanted to sell them, but within what I could do. And when I gave them a proposal, I'm telling you, they were like, Michael, it's like you're reading our minds. They're like, it's like you read our minds. This is exactly, this is like you read our minds. Because there wasn't anything that I put in there that wasn't reverse engineered based off what, right? So it's not that I couldn't do the work or that I didn't know how to do that type of work, but like I used to want to hire, this 20-person team to support me. And you're right, like I don't have it, but I have these AI replacements in these components as a bridge to where I go, okay, well, now I can, I may not have this resource and this, but I can at least use this right now to kind of
Yes.
replace that. And so that's like, bro, that's almost controversial to say. Is like I'm replacing these jobs with AI. Well, dude, the type of help that I need, nobody ain't coming. Nobody's coming in here for.
Yes, and you have this answer in a couple seconds.
Right,
You just
right,
do like redo this for me, and in a couple seconds you have that. If you send to someone, even very good team with 20 people would take, okay, give me 24 hours, some minimum
bro.
to have the same thing that you just asked.
So like even just image editing over the years, I mean, I hired everybody for all these different media things as owning an agency, right? So just having someone edit a photo and get it back. Like now I can have these photos, look at this. I can have these photos edited, right? I'm not wasn't even there for any of these. I'm just trying to see, okay, how would it look in this situation, right? That's crazy. So I don't even have to be I can ask for an edit on a client image, like this photo shoot. I wasn't here drinking this coffee on this balcony, right? And then okay, well, can we go back and can we get a shot of the balcony? No, dude. Photographers charge you for X amount of shots for the shoot, and then if didn't get covered, and so like, oh, we missed a shot of the coffee on the. No, we got the coffee on the balcony now, right? So, but to give the AI the picture of the bag and the picture of the balcony, which is made up, and to get that back took seconds. Whereas best case scenario, I get it back in a day or a few hours from a regular worker,
Yeah,
right?
because you can use like text messages of like a customer that you're talking regularly or something for a long time, and then you want like you did for a customer for that 20,000 deal.
Yeah,
You just put some information there to do the proposal, but you can just use like let's copy and paste like all my conversations like with this guy, understand his personality or something like that, and then go through.
even better, bro. So I have this app called Fireflies that records my meetings that we do.
Mm-hmm.
And so this app records, like the entire client session. And so it documents everything that came up, um,
Yeah, phone calls.
Google Meet. And so I can take my my meetings and I can throw them in. I can download the notes from the meetings
Mm-hmm.
and I can put them in ChatGPT in that custom project. And I can say, hey, from my meeting that I had, I want you to analyze this meeting and I want you to give me like all the objections that came up with my customer, or I want you to tell me, okay, I want you to tell me all the most common things that, you know, my customers talk about, or like what beliefs do they have that I can change, or so I can say, okay, I can take these notes that AI records,
Mm-hmm.
export all the notes from the conversations, put it into AI, and then have the AI tell me like what am I not understanding about my customers? Like, what am I assuming? So, like, there's this idea of first principles that is like, think in terms that are like what must absolutely be true. So, what assumptions am I making with my customers? Like, oh, I assumed that they all had ChatGPT already. Oh, I assumed that this and this, or I assumed that. So, you can use it to help you.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not, it's,
Reverse engineering everything.
yeah, yeah. So, I mean, you always want to have great people, right? And great people help you scale a business. And but to use the tool to use the AI to like fill in for those jobs that like
Yeah.
are super expensive, that that support or like research and analysts and things like that. I use
Yeah.
this.
Secrets of like finding basically from the beginning is like understand what I do
Yeah,
my profile, right?
Yes.
Understand my profile,
Yeah.
and then through my profile, give me business ideas, and then business ideas understand later my customer,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And then from this, I decide like where I want to go,
Right.
which side.
Yeah. Instead of guessing,
Mm-hmm.
it's I don't want to say it's cheating, but like, why would you not do it?
Yeah, just go where it's actually going to work, right?
And it's
There's
getting more.
more possibilities.
Yeah, it's getting more accurate. So I look at it like this, like engineer. Like if imagine the engineer told you he did all the job, no calculator, and he was proud of it. What? Do the calc, bro? No, no, do the cal. I don't. Or the accountant or your bookkeeper is like, no, no, we don't use calculators. I do it all the math by hand. I'm paying. I'm not paying you for that. I don't want to pay you to sit there and do. Well, you're not using a calculator. Like it's about precision, right? But it just has bad reputation, like anything else, right? It's a way to misuse it.
Yes.
Yeah, but no, bro, you're exactly down the right path.
Okay, nice.
Hell yeah, we're gonna get that boat.
Yes. To go to the springs.
Hell yeah.